Governor Gavin Newsom actually used campaign money, his own campaign, his re-election fund for 2022, to run a television advertisement. It's a 30-second spot, but he didn't run it in California, even though it's just California voters who are going to be voting for him. He actually ran this ad in the state of Florida. I don't know whether this was a publicity stunt or whether he's actually this stupid, but this advertisement, it's one of the most hilarious things that happened over the weekend.
It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America. Freedom, it's under attack in your state. Your Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote, restricting speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge all of you living in Florida to join the fight, or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom to choose, freedom from hate, and the freedom to love. Don't let them take your freedom.
Paid for by Newsom for California Governor 2022.
Okay, Gavin. Yeah, it has everything to do with what's happening in Florida and nothing to do with what's happening in California. Here's a question. Are there any disaffected Floridians? Are there any Floridians that are fleeing the state based off of what DeSantis has done in the state? I don't think so. What I think the reality is, and I know Gavin Newsom has a hard time grasping reality, even when it's looking at him right in the face, California lost the highest number of citizens and the highest percentage of citizens compared to any other state in this country. People left California in droves. They are leaving currently California in droves because Gavin Newsom has run California into the ground. You go to San Francisco, there's poop on the sidewalk. There's drug needles everywhere. There are tents, homeless people everywhere. The restaurant industry was obliterated, not just in San Francisco, but in Los Angeles and San Diego and all the beautiful places that people would go to vacation, the beautiful places that people would live and they liked to eat out, obliterated because of not COVID-19, the virus, but because of Governor Gavin Newsom locking down the state. People were forced to shut their businesses down. They weren't allowed to go to church. For goodness sake, paddleboarders by themselves in the ocean were arrested during COVID. I myself in San Diego was sitting on a grassy hill in a park and a policeman on a little ATV four-wheeler came over to me with his mask on and said, "You're not allowed in the park because of COVID." To which I said, well, there's nobody around me for I was surrounded by probably 200 yards of space before there were any people. And I was like, the closest contact that I've had to any person is you, sir, on the ATV. This is the California that Gavin Newsom has created. He wants it to be an abortion sanctuary state. This is why people are leaving California. There's nobody moving to California because of what Gavin Newsom is doing. Because if you move to California, you lose money. If you're a Florida resident right now and you make $200,000 a year, why on earth would you move from Florida, where you're paying zero state income tax, to California, where you're now going to be paying $20,000 of that $20,000 of your $200,000 income to taxes to give it to Gavin Newsom so that he can do what? So that he can do what? He can run the state the rest of the way into the ground. Think about all the businesses that have left. Tesla's left. The Daily Wire's left. Dave Rubin has left. We all fled California because of what Gavin Newsom did. And so I don't know if this is a publicity stunt or Gavin Newsom is just so incredibly out of touch and elitist that he can't see the reality when it's right in front of his face.